In today's show, we chat with real estate powerhouses Charlotte and Hamish Kofoed to learn about what's really happening in the property market right now. The smarter mortgage lady Rachael Thompson is back with another quick tip on how to get your mortgage approved. We check out the famous Hollywood glow facial at Kaiz Medispa in Parnell, which is literally turning back the clock. We get another great home makeover tip with Darrell Smith Master Landscaper from Landsmiths. We check out the benefits of dry brushing for your skin in association with the amazing products from Rëngora luxury bath brushes and accessories.
We all know that real estate is always a hot topic, so we met up with real estate powerhouses Charlotte and Hamish Kofoed to get some insights into the market right now.
Well, it's an incredibly interesting time in the property market. I mean, I think it's no news to anyone that we went into that first lockdown in 2020 and everyone thought that the market was going to completely fall apart and prices were going to drop. In fact, the opposite happened and prices have steadily increased since then, due to a number of factors, including really low interest rates and people not being able to travel as well. So a combination of things there. Another thing was, I think, that people were sitting inside their homes and realising maybe they didn't suit them. So demand for property was incredibly high and therefore prices were going nuts, just to put it bluntly. And so look, over the last probably 4 months, I would say, like maybe sort of from beginning in November, that's really changed quite dramatically. And initially we felt that it was partially actually due to the emotional effects of the lockdowns. People were exhausted. The thought of actually going to a property and looking at it and making big decisions was just too hard.
Especially over November and December.
Especially over November, December, particularly if they had children, so family homes were really suffering. At that time, first home buyer type properties weren't so much because those people sort of felt like they had a bit more free time on their hands. Going to look at property wasn't such a hassle. And so we went into the end of the year with struggling a little bit with our family homes, and they were starting to sort of sell for a little bit below what we'd appraised them for, when prior to that they'd been selling for way over our appraisal ranges. First home buyer properties were going nuts, selling really, really well. Things have steadied up overall now, and I guess you could call it more like a normal market in that fabulous properties are still selling very, very well.
Absolutely.
Buyers are noticing the compromises about properties more now than they were, say, mid last year. So they're a bit more fussy on whether it's renovated, whether it ticks all their boxes, all of those things. And first home buyers are pretty much out of the market. We're dealing with very few of them. So the properties that kind of suited a first home buyer, a lot of them are passing in at auction. And being priced and then taking quite a while to sell. So it's a really significant change, isn't it?
Yeah, and the banks are a bit more involved in the property decision in terms of they need a certain, set of features and benefits in order to satisfy their own criteria.
Definitely.
There's a number of things that can really make a property stand out in the market, and for Charlotte and Hamish, the devil is in the detail.
Well, interesting thing is, when we're going to appraise a property, people will often say, oh, just let us get it a little bit ready before you come and see it. And we say, look, we'd actually rather just see it as it is, because often the things that people think they need to invest in, which can be quite expensive things like renovating a bathroom, for example, or a kitchen, extending a deck, things like that are costly and take quite a bit of time, are not necessarily going to add the value that people think they might. And also the time that it takes to carry out those types of works who knows what the market will be doing by the time that's completed. So it's great for us to get in and see what's the property like, and then we can point out to vendors what will make a real difference. And usually it's actually the less expensive items that make the bigger difference in terms of buyer engagement. So fresh paint, really clean, maybe a little bit of new tapware, making sure the grout is in good condition in bathrooms and kitchens.
Fresh white towels.
Fresh white towels, staging, decluttering, depersonalising is a big one. So if a vendor is living in their home, they're not in a staged, we're not selling a staged property. We ask them to do their best to remove as many of their personal photos as they can from the walls. So not only because it's their personal information that, a whole lot of strangers will be coming through their property, but also because we want the home to look really beautiful, but also not personal to any particular person, so that buyers can come in and think about living their own life in that home and having their own families in that property. So those are the main things. Gardening is a really big one for properties with a garden and street appeal. And it doesn't actually have to be amazingly landscaped. It just needs to be, for a lack of tidy. Yeah. People need to be able to see the wood for the trees, I guess you could say, and see the potential of a landscape rather than it necessarily already be done.
Maximising on a property's potential can be as simple as leaving a home as much of a blank canvas as possible to allow a buyer to dream about their life there. But what else can be done?
The key things from our perspective in order to market a property well, primarily the property needs to be out there for people for it to be seen. So that needs to be a combination of digital and usually physical advertising. Very, very important in terms of all of the different websites that you have the right breadth across, realestate.co.nz, Trade Me, One Roof. What else is there, Charlotte?
Our own websites.
Homes, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you've got the physical in terms of getting flyers out to the local neighbourhood, door knocking, letting people know about the property that might be looking to buy it.
Yeah. So one of the things with marketing is we're really respectful of the fact that it is quite a big investment for our vendors. It's the only upfront cost in terms of selling your property is the preparation and the marketing. So we basically work for free until we've sold the property for a price that our vendors are happy with. But there can be some quite significant investment in marketing. And we work very, very carefully with our vendors to make sure that we can create something really amazing that's within their budget and also within, maybe the sort of amount of money that you're going to make out of the sale of the property. So, the marketing that we do does need to be appropriate for the target market. Who do we want to buy this property, or who do we think might like this property, or who do we want to attract who might not necessarily be looking but might be a good buyer for this property. So there's quite a range of different mediums that we can use. One of the things that I have as my not negotiables at the moment is video. So absolutely have to have video because we just get so many more hits.
Up to twice as many.
And that's even for properties that are of very low value. They're also easier to share on social media for us personally, on all of the different social media channels that are available, and also twilight shoots as well. So for photographing a property in the evening, that's even more important if the property's a bit of a do-up, right? So because everything just has a really romantic glow to it in an evening. So that actually, these are the things that actually we notice make a difference to the number of hits that we have on websites. And the amount of investment in order to achieve those things is relatively small. So regardless of the value of the property, we'll always do those things.
Regardless of the state of the market, there's always someone looking to buy. So if you're looking to sell your home, how do you get started?
Okay, so my biggest tip for anyone looking to sell their home is do your research on real estate salespeople before you get them into your home. So one of the things that you can do to get an idea of how they work is go to open homes. How do they treat the buyers? What kind of rapport building do they do? What's their follow-up like? What is their marketing like? Ask around. Look, of course, everyone's got an opinion and people might have different priorities to what you do, but just have a look and see who's selling a lot of property in the local market and who does great marketing, and think very carefully about who you want to get in. So often we will appraise a property and we'll be one of 5 or 6 agencies who are pitching for the business. And look, whilst it's great when we win that business, that's very time consuming for our vendors. They get quite confused about all the different rates and what people can do. You're better just to get, say, 2 or 3 agents to come in, pitch for your business, and then I even think decide who you want to work with before you start negotiating on commission and marketing.
My biggest tip is to ask for case studies of successful sales with recent similar properties. Really important to get a feel for what the salesperson has done to achieve a really outstanding result and what that can do or what they can do to translate that into their home.
Hi, I'm Rachael, the Smarter Mortgage Lady. I'm a financial advisor, and one of the things I love is getting people into their own place to call home. So here's a question for you. How often do you review your mortgage? Have you ever done it? Or is your loan agreement stored away in an old box in the garage? What if I told you that reviewing your existing mortgage can save you money and potentially help you pay it off faster? We know that life changes. Our goals can also change over the course of a fixed term rate, perhaps with the birth of a child or a much needed extension added to your home. When I work with you, I want your mortgage to suit your lifestyle as it changes. Part of this process is ensuring you're still meeting your goals, or if needed, it's an opportunity to put in place a buffer to help you with anticipated changes in the near future. We also review the costs of breaking a fixed term loan versus the benefits of saving you money with a better rate, which can help you pay your mortgage off faster and more easily. Can you picture having a mortgage that you have chosen through informed advice that works the way you want it to? I can help you reset your mortgage right now, making it fit with your plans. So if you're keen to see how you can make savings on your interest costs, let's talk.
Well, it seems that ageing is inevitable, but ageing gracefully is a different thing altogether. And today I'm visiting Kaiz Medispa in Parnell because I've heard about an amazing new treatment called the Hollywood Glow, which is literally turning back the clock. Come inside with me and let's take a look. With a full range of hand-picked, curated skincare products and leading-edge technology, Kaiz Medispa are leaders in skin transformation and anti-aging, taking you through every step of the journey according to your skin's needs. Providing full skin analysis and bespoke treatment plans, Kaiz really is something special. And while I was there, I got chatting with owner Kai and one of their therapists, Cornita, about their unique approach and their Medispa treatments.
When you come to Kaiz, this is what you can expect. You can expect a beautiful environment, and you can expect a really, really experienced therapist that work on your face, because we have one of the best. And because of the space that we created, we really want you to connect to yourself again, because we all know these days, like, yes, physically we want to look really good and stuff, but what about inside? I think about 80% of our treatments are Hollywood Glow treatment. The reason is it just delivers such a good result. It's a nickname of non-surgical facelift. It really does. So it uses the technology of microcurrent. So it does to sort of like stimulate your muscle. It's like going to the gym. Like when you work out, your muscles get toned and stuff. So we use the microcurrents to actually give your face a workout. This treatment was really famous in the Hollywood space. That's why I call it the Hollywood Glow, because like the Kim Kardashian, Jennifer Aniston, and J-Lo, they all adore this treatment. And I know that it's on the newspaper or on the blog somewhere that J-Lo actually purchased that machine in her home. Some of our customers have just experienced incredible results. One of them, she actually is supposed to have an eyelid surgery, and she did 5 treatments. It's lifted. You can actually see it. It's the before after. It's insane. And the interesting thing about this treatment as well, we have quite a lot of customers say to us that when they come here, they have the treatment, they feel like they just have a really good meditation. They feel so relaxed after that. And then it's really special. So I created Kaiz because I'm a mother and I have 4 children. And I feel like when the time that we take care of ourselves, it's a me time that is so precious. Because I know, I take care of my children. I have husband, I have in-law, I have employee. When you actually not taking care of yourself, you get just a little bit more cranky, and all these people is gonna feel the disaster happening. So I mean, like, when that's time, that is your time, I want to make it as special as possible for women. When I created this place, I wanted to have something a little bit more holistic, but deliver good results. That's why I created this place. Yeah.
So my name is Cornita Dutton. I'm currently working at Kaiz, and I've been a beauty therapist for the last 26 years. How often you need the treatment is once a week. Some clients will need twice a week, and that is because of glycation that's happening in the skin. So of course we need to work the glycation out, and that will basically take a little bit longer. We're looking at a course of 12 to make the best impact. Thereafter, you can go on a monthly basis and then just upkeep it all the time. We just want you to keep on, of course, putting all your lovely products on, maintaining that. And of course, I will educate you how to do certain lymphatic drainage massages as well to actually help in incorporating with what you're doing at home. So the comb, of course, is beautiful, very much addicted. Once my clients have that, they almost in the middle of the treatment will say, please, I have to have the comb. And it's like, come on, it's at the end of the treatment. You can wait for it because I can't do it before. So what we really are doing is like, I look at my client's skin and I think it's like a big ironing board. And the next minute I'm gonna take my iron and I'm just basically gonna pop it onto the skin and I'm just gonna plump up and smooth that wrinkle out, very similar to our clothing. And what the warming effect is doing is like saying to the skin, hey, I'm burning you without burning you, because it's just a warm sensation. And then the next minute it processes more collagen, more elastin, because it wants to heal. It wants to say, I'm sending this now to the top of the skin to make sure that there's going to be nothing there that's going to be detrimental or cause a damage to my skin at all. And then they see this rising effect happening. So it is beautiful, it is amazing, and it truly is the one thing that my clients is like adamant, I have to have it. So it's a very, very exciting journey when you are starting the facial, because first of all, it is very much like a gym session. We're going to start with a beautiful stretch, and then suddenly it's like putting yourself on a treadmill and we're speeding up the process. And the faster we go, the more the lifting effect is going to actually take place. Because of the microcurrent being a low amplitude, it actually goes straight into the nervous system and of course into the muscle itself. And we're working on the Goldie of the muscle, which is the brain. Once we basically started with the jawline, we will work our way slowly up, getting into the eye area, and as we go up, we'll go into the forehead.
So here I am, almost 2 weeks after my treatment, and there's been some great results. Firstly, you need to know it was pain-free and it was a bit of me time, which is super important. I have noticed my eyebrows are lifted, my eyelids are less hooded, and I've had a reduction in the lines, my 11s and on my forehead, and my jawline's certainly a bit tighter. So you need to get out there and try it. Absolutely fabulous. It's the Hollywood Glow.
G'day, welcome to my outdoor space again. If you want to live al fresco, like me, there's a few things you need to know. You need outdoor dining. You need a flat space to put your dining room table so you can gather all your friends and family around. You need perhaps a louver roof. You need outdoor heating and outdoor lighting. Me personally, I like sounds, I like TV so I can play some music videos and stuff. It's about family and friends, it's about food, it's about good times, and it's about being outside. Al fresco, we can easily do it. If you need to know anything about it, give me a call. I can tell you most of the things, but I'll come and see you.
Well, do you struggle with dry or flaky skin? It's okay, you are not alone. And we all know that exfoliating our entire body with exfoliating creams can be super costly, which is why it may be time to consider dry brushing. Now, dry brushing is exactly as it sounds. You're brushing the surface of the skin with a dry brush. And when it's done right, the results can literally be a game changer. However, it's really important to do it the right way to ensure you don't damage the delicate surface of your skin. Now, the technique itself is really simple, and it's not actually about scratching the skin's surface, but rather disrupting the scaly, dry, or dead skin cells that sit on the surface of the skin, which can leave your skin looking dull, dry, or in some instances, grey looking. Now, if that's happened to you, you know exactly what I'm talking about, and it's just not pretty. Our skin naturally turns over new skin cells every 27 days, meaning we essentially shed skin cells every month. Having a bath or shower facilitates part of that process, as does the towel you use after bathing, the clothes you wear, and environmental factors as well. Now, interesting fact, a lot of our skin becomes the dust that we see around our homes. So if you're noticing your house is extra dusty right now, it may not be because there's a lot of dust blowing in through your windows. It's actually your body crying out for exfoliation. But how do you dry brush your skin? This is a really good question. If you're new to dry brushing, here's how to get started. First, you need to use a natural bristled brush like these ones from our friends at Rëngora. Rëngora produces really good quality brushes at affordable prices and are leaders in bath and relaxation products around the world. What I like too is that their products are made of cherry wood or bamboo with natural boar bristles. So they're ethical, sustainable, and there to care for your body and for our planet. You've got to love it. Now, it's really important too to choose the right brush to suit your skin and your needs as well. So a long-handled brush like this is perfect, as it gives you the ability to target those harder to reach places like your back, while giving you the flexibility to disconnect the brush and use it on more targeted areas like the arms, the legs, or the décolleté. Short-handled brushes like these are great for the extremities and easy to reach areas, and if you like a good firm treatment, give you the ability to increase the pressure. However, go easy when you start out. That's my tip for you. Now, some bristles are stiffer than others, and choosing the right brush depends on your skin sensitivity and your preferences as well. So let's talk technique. It really is simple, but it's important that you use the right strokes or movements in the right direction to support lymphatic drainage and your body's ability to get rid of toxins, as well as supporting your skin's health. So, for the lower part of your body, start from the feet or the ankles and work your way upward in long fluid strokes. For your midsection, you can move the brush in a circular motion on your torso and back, and only use light pressure on your abdomen, chest and neck. It's important to remember too that you should only go over each area a couple of times to avoid irritation, and it's recommended that you dry brush once a day before you have a shower. So, does dry brushing work? Great question too. While dermatologists and skin experts are divided on the point, I've read loads of glowing online testimonials about the effects of dry brushing, and I've experienced the benefits myself, and I love the way my skin looks. However, if you have dry or sensitive skin or skin conditions like eczema or dermatitis, it may be worth talking to your beauty therapist or GP before trying it. Now, could dry brushing work for you? Another great question. There's loads of health and beauty benefits with dry brushing, so head to our website, guidetobetterliving.tv, and in the search bar type dry brushing for the full breakdown. Millions of people are doing it around the world right now, so give it a try and see how dry brushing could work for you. Remember that the right brushes are key critical to getting great results, so order your brushes from our friends at Rëngora and get started with loving yourself and your skin right now.